रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमो रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तले सदा भवतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरानन उन्नमयति अय्युण् रुल्रुक् एयोङ् अय्यौच् अयवरट् लण् ञमङणनं जबै घडदश जबगडदश खफ छ छ थ च च तव खपै शशसर हल इति महाराष्ट्रसूत्राणि. Okay, let me get the document open, and I think we are almost finished this verse last time. I think this one, number 27. I think we had done the Padacheda, everything we had done last time. Last thing we did was that Mahoraga Visarpi Vikramaha. Mahogra Visarga. Yes, we're talking about it here. It says we derived the form Uragaha. Urasa Gachyati iti Uragaha. That's where we stopped last time. I think this is the last thing I see on the document. Urasa Gachyati iti Uragaha. As in the Vigraha Vakyam, if you see a Tingantam Padam, that is telling you this is the Upapada Samasa. So that's always keep that rule in mind. If in the Vigraha Vakyam, normally because of Adhikara of Supa, you should see only a Subantam Padam. Like you say, Dasharatha Putraha, Dasharathasya Putraha. So there should be no Tingantam Padam. But in this case, you say Urasa Gachyati iti Uragaha. So that is a very simple way to pick out the Upapada Samasas without knowing any extra grammar. You can pick them out very easily if you know the Vritti, if you know the Vigraha Vakyam. And and in the beginning, as I said to you also many times, read good texts with the commentary. Until you practice on your own, and you're able to do things on your own. Read with the commentary and take only those samasas which are given by the Tikakara. In this case, this one is in the Kashika itself, has the Vartikam on this. I put this 3-248. Also, a couple of more things I told you. In Upapada Samasa, the Uttara Padam does not have Swatantriyam. Uttara Bhaga, I should say. It's not a Padam really. Because you cannot say Gacchati iti Gaha. If you say Gacchati iti Gaha, it will no longer be Upapada Samasa. Gacchati iti Gaha. So that then Uragaha will not be Upada Samasa, or then you can say something else. So okay, now and also one more thing I told you is that most of these Upadas are defined in 321 to 32100. They give you which dhatus can go with what kind of Upada in a Samasa with what Pratyaya. They're in these, not all of them, but many of them are coming here. And the one we are using right now is this sutram for dhatu gam with the pratyaya. Anyway, we did this last time anyway. So is 3-248. And as Raja was saying, look at the vritti. Always read the vritti. You may not understand all parts of the vritti. Don't worry about it. Sometimes the vrittis are kind of getting more than you can handle in the beginning. It's okay. If you don't understand all the vritti, leave it. And of course, many of you have, Vasu or Vemi Vakya. So that will give you the translation in English or Hindi, and that also you can pick up from that. Or always post a question. Post a question. If you're not able to understand a vritti, post a question and people answer back. Or you can also ask in the class also, of course. So your 3-248 we had, and there's a Vartikam there, which the problem that we're having is that why couldn't we just use this sutram? Because I'm sorry, this thing is coming. I'm sorry. The sutram itself, why could we not use? Because it's only for anta, atyanta, adva, dura, par, sarva, ananteshu, daha. So only ananteshu. You see that saptami over there? And because of tatra upapadam saptami stham, these are all the upapadas that are authorized to be used with the dhatu gam. The pratyaya should be da. So it is paragaha, advagaha, duragaha, sarvagaha, anantagaha. The form that you get. The word uras is not in this list. So the sutram as it stands cannot be used with uras as upapadam. That is why Katyayana puts the Vartikam here, uraso lopascha. Uras can be used with dhatu gam with the pratyaya da to form Upada Samasa, and then not only that, the ending sakara will take lopaha. So that's the special Vishesha Karyam. So alontyasya will take the lopa is also an adesha. I also mentioned that to you a few times. Lopa is an adesha of a 0. Still considered an adesha only, but so alontyasya will apply. That's why it's urasaha lopascha. You didn't say sakara lopaha. Urasaha lopascha. Alontyasya paribhasha you see many times, 1152. And sakara lopaha, then urasa gacchati iti uragaha. That's what the last thing we did in the document. And also what you can do is you can take this, what is called as the laukika vigraha. Means in simple common language, laukika vigraha. And is alaukika vigraha in technical breakdown. So technical breakdown will be, you can see, he said, Katyayana says, the Vrittikara says that urasa gacchati. So urasa is what? Uras plus ta. Katyata plus gum plus da. Oh. Now gum plus da has no independent standing. It depends on this upapada to be there. And then we do the sakar lopa with the vartikam itself. And then we removed the T bhaga of gum using 64143, which requires actually a bhasanya for the angam. But we extended this, we did an extension of that, atidesha extension, by saying that the dakarasya anyatha prayojanam nasti. So the dakara as an it can have no other use except to do T lopaha. So that's how we justify doing a T lopa of the gum, even though there is no bhasanya over here. Because bhasanya is only swadishu saranama sthane yachibham. Swadishu. Swadishu start from 412, suaujas, etc. Go to end of 5th adhyaya. We are using 3248 right now. We cannot get bhasanya right here at all. But, the ditkarana samarthyat abhasyapi ter lopaha. So remove the bhaga of T bhaga of gum. Of course, the ta goes away by supo dhatu padibidikayoho, and the sakara goes by the vartikam itself, but uraga, it's an adjective, and because its usage right now is masculine. So let's go back. That's where we left off last time. Just want to pick up from there. Let's see. And in the shloka, if you don't get everything, don't worry. It is okay. You're not going to get everything in the first pass. And if you get 20%, 30%, whatever you get, take whatever you get. You can come back and see the remaining. So now he has not given any vigraha vakyam for the whole samasa. I mentioned this is kind of a little bit tough. I guess he's expecting us to figure it out. Now this is the whole thing with vikramaha as a bahuvrihi compound, because the bahuvrihi compound is a noun at the end. The ending is a noun. Vikramaha is a noun. It is not an adjective. So the bahuvri is going to convert that noun to perform as an adjective. So it will be what? Mahoraga visarpi vikramaha yasya saha. Mahoraga visarpi vikramaha yasya saha. In fact, at the end of the Devadar's book, there are some nice notes at the end, and there he gives some more details he gives. But this is not the only commentary on Raghuvamsham. There are others also. They might be a little bit more detailed. And he said, this is what he gives, but I'll read it out to you. Mahancha asau uragaha cha tasmin. So that mohoragaha is clearly this. You have to learn to recognize these standard formulas for expanding these kinds of samasas. So because they will not mention the word karmadharya samasa, but there'll be mahancha asau uragascha. So he is being samadhikaranam. You see that, right? Mahancha asau uragascha. So he is large, he is big, or he is great, and he is a one who goes on his chest. Means he is a serpent. So he's a great serpent. So clearly it's this is the Visheshanam, Visheshana Bahulam. Very simple, straightforward Karmadharya compound. So Mahanscha Asau Uragascha, the first part. Then next part, so that's completes one bracket, Mahoragaha. Next part he takes is Tasmin Visartum Shilam Asya is Visarpi, Mahoraga Visarpi. Now what did he do over there now? So what he has done is formed another Upapada Samasa. So Tasmin Visartum Shilam Asya. Because this is the sutram which I don't know if I mentioned last time. It's a very famous sutram, also in the same section here, in 321 to 321 100. This is the one 3278. Supya Jato Ninihi Ninistachilye. Supi Ajato. You can have any sup as upadesha. Again, supi is saptami. So tatra upapadam saptami stham. So that's defining what kind of upapada can be used. They didn't say which dhatu, which means technically any dhatu can be used. The pratyaya is nini, but the one condition should be tachilya, should be habitual, not once in a while. It should be, and the only other condition is supi. So any sup doesn't have to be karma. It can be karana, it can be adhikarana. In this case, they're giving adhikaranam. One, this vikramaha is habitually kind of swooping down or overpowering or roaming around among the great serpents. That is the kind of valor the Garuda has. This is now we are deriving this compound to qualify Vikramaha. So Mahoraga Visarpi Vikramaha Yasya Saha finally is going to qualify Garuda. So this, what is step 3278, saying one more time, you can have any sup, means it can be any karaka, it can be karma, it can be karana, it can be adhikaranam as we have right now. Should not be a jati vachaka supanta, like brahmana, kshatriya, should not be that. We don't have that. We have mahoraga right now. And the pratyaya is ninihi, it has to be tachilya. So if you want to write out the next step, we'll do it like this, So mahoraga we already formed as a karmadharya compound. And that's kind of straightforward. The next step that we do is that mahorage tasmin visarpitum shilam. I can say mahorage tasmin, or you can say mahorageshu also. I guess make it sup also. Saptami ekavachanam athva prathama. Saptami bahuvachanam. I think bahuvachanam is fine. And then we can, even though it's given tasmin, you can make it teshu also. And then the dhatu is srup. Srup is to kind of move around, to crawl around. And here we have upasarga also, visrup. Visrup is what you have. And the pratyaya is nini. Now in the nini, of course, we have chutu and the upadeshadana nasika it. So anubandha lope, only in is left behind. So now, and the in is going to do the puganta lagu patascha gunaha, nothing special, it does all the time. So srup becomes sarp, and becomes sarpin. So this whole thing will now is now going to become mahoraga vi sarpin. This is pratipadikam, sarpin. And then if you want to make it qualify Vikramaha, and because of the Saucha Sutram, this will become Visarpi. This Saucha Sutram, what does Saucha say? This, when you decline the form, when you put Mahoraga Visarpin plus Su, like Yogin plus Su becomes Yogi, The same declension karyam in the Subanta karyam is Samanam. And this is the Upada taking Dirgha by Sutram Saucha. And this sutram comes in 6.4.13. It says in hana usharyamnam shaw. So this anything ending in, which is what we have right now. With the pratyaya following is su. We're going to make it qualify vikramaha in the next vigraha vakyam that we're going to do. Then the upada becomes dirgha, becomes the sarpi. And then after we do that, by using 8 to 7, nalopa pradipadikantasiya, with that nakara is going to drop away. Because if there is any nakara, it belongs to pradipadikam. It's end of a padam, it drops away. Like in the word raja, rajan is ending in the raja, it becomes atman becomes atma. Similar same thing here. If you have a nakara for pradipadikam, at the end of a padam, it drops away. So let's put that next vigraha vakyam, and that will complete the compound for us. We'll make it now. Mahopa sarpi, Mahopa sarpi vikramaha yasya saha garudaha yasya saha. And here we, as we just did that, we use the 6.4.13 and 8 to 6.4.13. We use saucha iti upada dirgha, and we did the nalopa pradipadikanta 8 to 7. This is a Bahuvadi compound. Because finally, if you look at the yasya saha, the yat construct. When you see this, this is the formula for a Bahuvrihi compound. Okay, let me see. Pushpaji has a question. Yes, Pushpaji.
Satish ji, there is a spelling mistake at the Mahorag is missing here.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you, thank you. Yeah, let's try to keep this as clean as we can. Any typos? Mahoraga. I went too fast over there. I was trying to finish the compound. Mahoraga and then Visarpi. Mahoraga Visarpi. Okay, Mahoraga Visarpi. That's what finally said. Tasmin Visarptum Sheelam Cha Asau Visarpi Vikramaha Yasya. So that's finally the game. Okay, so that I think finished that verse for us. Let me go back and see if we missed anything. Okay, then last thing is the Garuda's Garutman is Garuda. I think you all know. She has this, I think, wonderful wings that she has. It's called Garutman. Let's see. Vasu, yes, Vasu. Vasu. Okay, maybe raise hand by mistake. Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Yes. In the Vigraha Vakyam in Devada, Sheelam Asyasau means Asya Asau.
Sheelam Asya Asau Visarpi.
Oh, okay.
Asau Visarpi. He's called Visarpin.
Okay.
And then Asau Visarpi Vikramaha Yasya Saha.
Okay.
Finally, that's also Asya and Asau then after that. Okay. Now the Sugaritman. I'm sorry. Yes.
I just have one small doubt. Like, how does the nakara drop from within the samasa? What is the rule for?
Which nakara is Visarpin? Yes, because the same rule, right? Because in the samasa it has padasanya also. So what Karthik is asking is that when we do the Alaukika Vigraha for the Bahuvri Samasa finally, we have to put, let me type this right now, Mahoraga Visarpin and then plus Su plus Vikrama, I'm sorry, plus Su. So this is you get Mahoraga Visarpin Visarpi Vikramaha Yasya Saha. So in the Vigraha Vakyam, Mahoraga Visarpi and Vikrama is in Prathama. So we have Mahoraga Visarpin plus Su plus Vikrama plus Su. Then we'll use the 2471 Supo Dhatu Pradipadika Yoho to remove the two Su Pratyas, because within the Pradipadikum the Su Pratyas cannot stay. But you still have Pratyaya Lope, Pratyaya Lakshanam. So still the Suptingantam Padam, the Padasanya of the Mahoraga Visarpin as well as Vikrama are not lost. So then we can still use the Nalopa of Pradipadikantas here to remove this Nakara of Mahoraga Visarpin. Because this Nakara, even though it's within the Samasa, this is still a Padasanya is there for this. Even though the Supluk takes place, we still have Pratyaya Lopi, Pratyaya Lakshanam. And then we can do the no loop of Pradipadikantas. Is that your question, Karthik? Was that your question?
Yes, but if it is look, how will it have a lakshanam? Because by nalumata angasya.
Nalumata only angasya, only angakaryam na bhavati.
Oh.
But doesn't stop the sanya of the Suptingantam Padam.
Okay. Okay.
So in fact, if you look under the commentary on Suptingantam Padam in Kashika, you will see that. So I'm sorry, we should look at the commentary under the Pratyaya Lope Pratyaya Lakshanam. In fact, let's go there for a second. Let's see. Pratyaya Lope Pratyaya Lakshanam. It's an important sutra. As a general rule, even if a Pratyaya takes Lopaha, and look is a special kind of Lopaha. And as what Karthik was saying, Nalumata Angasya only stops the Angakaryam. But the Sanya is not stopped. Sanya of Suptingantam Padam is not stopped. Let's see. Padasanya. Because what happened here was that on basis of that Su, that Mahoraga Visarpin had Padasanya, and only the Sanya was used by 827 to do the Nakar Lopa. So those operations go through. Let's see, because he might give the because we have pratyalope pratyalakshanam. So this is a sutram here. Pratyalope pratyalakshanam. Pratyalope pratyalakshanam. And pratyalope krite pratyalakshanam pratyahetukam karyam bhavati. So he gives, these different iti atra suptingoho luptayoho suptingantam padam. He padasanya bhavati. So even though the pratyaya has gone, you get suptingantam padam. That Jasthalya still stays. Okay, so that was the what we were doing last time, and now so Garutman is one who has these special, wonderful wings, Garutman, and Rajileshu. This is a new word which I must admit was a new word for me also, because I didn't know the word Rajila. So he quotes from his Jalavyaleshu. It's also a bit controversial because some other people say that Dimukhaha Nirvishaha Sarpaha, what Kshira Swami says. So it could be, this is the Dimukhaha Nirvishaha Sarpaha. It's a two-headed serpent which has no poison. So it means it's like a not to be feared. So it cannot bite. So but anyway, Maninatha is saying Jala Vyalaha. So Vyala is also a serpent. So he's a water snake. He's a water snake. By the way, just if you want to know the word, Garut also is the wing of a bird. So Garutman, one who has special wings. This is the Prashamsaya Matup, one who has not just a wing, but he has special wings, Garutman. And then what does he say? Pravartate kim? Na pravartate ityartaha. It's a rhetorical question. I mean, does he go and attack them? No, he doesn't. He doesn't care about them. Does he go? He doesn't go. Na vartate pravartate ityartaha. Then he quotes Amar Kosha, Alagardaha Jalavyalaha Samau Rajila Dundubhau. So these are all the same meaning of Jalavyalaha. Is Alagardaha and then Rajila and Dundubha. Dundubha also is another word for that, Jalavyalaha. So that comes the translation. Now the simple sentence was that Tau is says Tatra Yau Adhipati Makadvisham Tau Sharavyam Makarot Sa Netaran. So Sah Raghavaha Ramaha Sharavyam Akarot. He made the target, made them as a Lakshyam. Who did he make the target? Tatra. Tatra means Rakshasa Senayam. Yau Adhipati. Those two who were the leaders. Makadvisham Adhipati. So they were leaders of the haters of sacrifices. He made those two as his target and not the others, not Itaran. And then the Upama is coming down here is that, I guess you call it Drishtanta. Drishtanta, I guess they technically call it Drishtanta. Is that does Garuda have, waste his time dealing with these small water snakes who have no poison? He whose prowess is such that he can scoop down or destroy the great serpents. Means he does not. So let's look at the translation. Let's see, get somebody. Pushpaji, we can get her on the class. She does all the homework, I know. Pushpa, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let us see what we can do here. Okay. Then, but is there a word then over here? I think this is. I think
then is Tatra.
Let's see.
Then.
Only, I think, off the demon host and not the rest. Okay, this then may be added. Okay. Now, add the two chiefs only. Okay, let's try that.
Yo Adhipati.
Yo Adhipati Tau.
Tau.
Yo
Right.
Adhipati Tau. So
Tau.
those two were the two chiefs, only those two. Tau. And what do you mean was only? Only, I guess, is understood. And then of the demon host.
Makhidvisham.
Maybe Tatra Makhadvisham. Tatra Makhadvisham. So there.
Okay.
There in among the haters of sacrifice. Now he is what?
He is somewhere there is Saha.
Saha is there, right here. Saha.
Right.
He is
Yeah.
now launched his shafts.
Yeah. Launched is
I think we say
akarot.
the Sharavyam Akarot.
Ha. Okay.
He made
Sharavyam akarot. Right.
made the target. Sharavyam Akarot.
Akarot.
He can paraphrase that, launch his shafts. And not the rest.
Na etaran.
Netaran, no itaran. Okay.
Okay.
Now wood Garudaha. So it'll be, I think, Kim Garudaha.
Kim Garuda. Right.
Garudaha. Now this is the big compound whose might overpowers great serpents.
Mahoraga Visarga Vikramo.
Vikramaha. So might is of course Vikramaha. Overpowers is that Visrup, Visarpi. Great serpents is Mahoraga, Visarpi, Vikramaha. Now war on
water reptiles. Rajileshu. Okay.
Right.
Pravartate.
Pravartate is war on. And the mere is understood. And water reptiles is the Rajileshu.
Rajileshu.
Okay, a little bit of paraphrasing in the translation, but we got the main idea. Okay, that's good. Let's see if we can tackle the next one. Is Soastram Ugrajavam Astrako Vidaha Sandadhe Dhanushi Vayu Daivatam Tena Shaila Gurum Apyapatayat Pandupatram Miva Tadaka Sutam. One more time. Soastram Ugrajavam Astrako Vidaha Sandadhe Dhanushi Vayu Daivatam Tena Shaila Gurum Apyapatayat Pandupatram Miva Tadaka Sutam. Okay, we'll go to the commentary, but we can do Padacheda on our own. Let's see. You want to try this one, Karthik? Take the Padacheda.
Yeah, I can. So it will be Saha. Astram. Ugrajavam.
Very good.
Astrakovidaha. Sandadhe. Dhanushi. Vayudaivatam. Tena. Shailagurum. Apyapatayat.
No, split that one.
Api apatayat. Api apatayat. Pandupatram iva. Tadakasutam.
Okay. Now, which are the two Tinganta Padams here?
Sandadhe and Apatayat.
Sandadhe and Apatayat. Always have to pick out the Tinganta Padam first. That will give you the heart of the sentence. Sandadhe Apatayat. First step is that. There are basically two sentences here. There may be a sentence and a clause, but there are two actions being done. Sandadhe means Sandha is like Sandhi. He joined or he kind of employed, put in place. And Apatayat means he made fall. He made somebody fall. Apatayat. Now, who's the karta of this Kartik of Sandadhe? Is the next step if you can identify.
It will be Saha Ramaha.
Saharamaha. What adjectives does he have?
Astrakovidaha.
Astrakovidaha is there. So Saha is over here, and Anuvritti is, of course, it means Raghavaha, Ramaha. And Astrakovidaha is qualifying him, because is the Pratama Ekavachanam qualifying him. That. Now, what is the object of this Sandadhe? Astram Sandadhe. So he placed, or he joined, or he employed, or what's the right word, attached, I guess. He attached the arrow, or the weaponish, missile or weapon. Now, what adjective does that have, Karthik? How many adjectives are for that?
Vayudaivatam is one adjective.
Vayudaivatam, Astram. One more.
Ugrajavam.
We go to the commentary, but Vayu. So this is the way you want to attack these sentences. Take the Tingantam Padam. See if it's an active construct or passive construct. If you can, try to find the karta, find the karma. They may not be. All these pieces may not be in all shlokas. They may not be a karma. It might be a passive construct, and the karta might be understood from the prior context. We have to supply, but still the line of attack is similar. And then look at the adjectives for the karta, adjectives for the karma. If anything is in Shashti, make the sambandha. Right now we don't have anything in Shashti in the in the Purvarthe. So Shashtyanda Padam Nasti. Anything in the Sambuddhi, Sambodhanam, take it out, put it at the top of the sentence. Is there any connecting words that probably come one word later than in English? You take them out, put them on the top, like a ch or tu, like that. And the only thing left now is that we have looked at the meanings of some of these words, but the word Dhanushi. Dhanushi is what? What's the vibhakti of Dhanushi?
Saptami.
Saptami Ekavachanam. So he placed his missile, placed his weapon, placed the arrow on his bow. So he made it ready. Kind of loaded. He loaded his missile on his bow. And next sentence is, we want to try to do some of these samasas. Let's try one of them. Maybe Ugra Javam. What would be your is qualifying the astram. What would it be?
Is it an Upapada Samasa?
No, it's not Upapada Samasa because there's Java. Java, if you look at the dictionary, the word Java is an existing word, Java. The dhatu Ju, I think, is to move, and Java is speed. Ugra Vegam. I'll make it easy for you. Ugra Vegam.
So it should be Bahuvrihi.
The Bahuvri compound, because there are only two choices. Because Vegam is a noun, it could mean the fierce speed itself, which is clear it won't fit in this context because you already said this is qualifying the missile. It could not be the speed itself. It's one which has fierce speed. Ugra Javam. Ugra Javam is Ugraha. Javaha equals Vegaha. Yasya Tat Astram. It's in fact, let us see, the Malinatha give us he may not give a commentary on that because it might be too easy for, let's see. He had given that, Ugra Javam. Okay, the only commentary he gives is, he says the Utkata Javam. Utkata Javam. Because Ugra can have different meaning. That's also one thing you realize that sometimes the commentator will give a Paryaya Shabda just for, Spashtikarana Artham. Yatra Bhava Artha Sambhavanti. So, Atra Kvartaha Yogya Bhavati. So which is the one that will be used here properly. So he Utkata. Ugra can have other meanings also. Ugra can mean ugly also, so it has some little bit of a negative connotation also. Terrible speed. Terrible. So he says Utkata Javam. Intense speed. One has intense speed. Did not give the Vigraha Vakyam because that Bahuvrihi we know. Utkataha. So Ugraha equals Utkataha. And Javam, he expressed us to know the word Javaha. Ugraha equals, only thing that he did for us, he says Ugraha equals Utkataha in this context. Means intense. Utkataha. So Ugraha equals Utkataha. Javaha yasya tat astram. Okay, now Vayu Devatam is the next one which Mulinatha gives here. Vayur Devata yasya tad Vayavyam astram. Dhanushi. Okay, so let's look at what he has done here now. First of all, he has used the word Devata instead of Daivatam. Devata instead of Daivatam. Now what happens is Daivatam is actually a Tadhita Antapadam, which is derived from the word Devata. So Tadhitas, normally when you have, you'll get the, Nutana Artha, you get a new meaning for Tadhita Anta. If we say Vasudeva becomes Vasudeva, means the difference in meaning, of course. Vasudeva is son of Vasudeva. It's not the same. So, it cannot be like Sundara becomes Saundaryam. So, Sundarasya Bhava Saundaryam. So, Sundara is beauty, beautiful. Saundaryam is beauty. So, of course, like Bhaga becomes Bhagavat. So, these all will change the meanings, completely change the meanings. But sometimes you get a Swarthe Pratyaya. So, Devata and Daivata are the same. So, Swarthe and is what they say. And there is this Gana of word, like a word like Rakshas and Rakshasa, So, Prajnaha and Prajnaha. So there are these some words which are, te the pratyaya and without changing the meaning. See, this is one. Actually, this word also is given in the Madhavya Dhatu Vritti. If you want to look at that, I'll give you a sutra number here. This is what is called as a Swarthe and. Means Artha Parivartanam Vina and Pratyaya Prayujyate. So this is by the usage, and the sutra is Prajnadibhyo. So that number is, let me give you the number here, Prajnani. Okay, Prajnadibhyascha. This 5438 is a sutram, where you can sometimes you can like word like Manasa and Manasa. In fact, okay, we didn't go to Gita today. Let's look at the Gita. Shoka Samvigna Manasa. I think last shloka of chapter 1. Sanjay Vacha Evam Uktva Sankhirato Pastha Upavishata Visrujya Sasaranchaham Shoka Samvigna Manasaha. Shoka Samvigna Manasaha. Now Manasaha is Tadita from Manas with same meaning. So Shokena Samvignam Manasam Yasya Saha. One whose mind was completely agitated by his grief. So this Manasa and Manas is the same meaning. Also Swarthe An. Swarthe An. So these kind of words pop up, Rakshasa and Rakshasa, Prajna and Prajna, Devata and Daivatam. So sometimes, you can be ready for this. You might see an An-Pratyaya which is being used without changing the meaning. And that is what is happening here. So that's what Mulinatha did that for you. So what he did that for you was he undid that Swathe An for you. Because the shloka had Vayu Daivatam, what Kalidasa says. But here it says, but he undid that. Vayur Devata Yasya. So that he is clearly saying, Mulinatha is saying Devata is the same meaning as the Daivatam. Yasya. So let me first finish off this sutram. This is the number which I just told you. Prajnanibhyo An. Okay, I just lost the number. I gave it to you and then I lost it. Okay. Prajnanibhyo An. So this is the, it's quite a famous kana because sometimes the commentators also will say, Prajnaditvat Swarthe And. Prajnanibhyascha. Okay, 5437. 5437 is the sutra. So let's look at that. Prajnani. 5438, sorry. Prajnanibhyascha. So that is what Swarthe An. Of course, then when you take, let's finish it off quickly. If you take the word Devata and add the Pratyaya An to that, so we take Devata and add the Pratyaya An. And of course, in the An by Halantyam, the Na is in it. But that Na causes the Adi Vriddhi. Taditeshu Acham Adehe. In Taditas, if the Pratyaya has the Chavarga Panchama, which is Na, or the Tavarga Panchama Na as an It, then the Adi vowel takes Vriddhi. Taditeshu Acham Adehe. Become Daivata plus A. So become Daivata plus A, Anubandha Lope A. And this what we have used now is in fact, this is one of the ways to recognize Taditas. Is that if you see the Adi Vriddhi, like Bhagavat becomes Bhagavatam, Shankara becomes Shankara Bhashyam, Sundara becomes Saundaryam, Karpanyam. These are the ways that you may have Tadita Pratyaya there. It doesn't have to be, but you like Arsha Vidya Gurukulam, Rishi became Arsha. So this, if you see Adi Vriddhi, then you may have Tadita there, but the Tadita has to have either the Nya, the Chavarga Panchama, or the No, or also K as in it. As you can see, number I think 72119, because the reason I know that is because the second last sutram in 7.2. I think 7.2 has 120 rows. This is the second last one. Taditeshu Achama Adehe. Wrong number, I'm sorry. 72119. Taditeshu Achama Adehe. 117 it is. 117 is the one. It has 118. Okay, I was off by 2 numbers. 72117. Taditeshu Achama Adehe. Okay, so that's what we have done so far. And then who wants to complete this form for me now? What do you do after this? We want to do the Akara Lopaha. How do we do that? Anybody in the class? Let's see, who will know this answer to this one? Anuji might know this. Let's see, Anuji is there. Anuji, you want to do this for us? She's there. There. Let's see, who will know this? Karthik, you know this one?
No, I don't know.
Okay, let's start with simple thing. Does the word Daivata have a Padasanya or a Bhasanya? Which one do we have?
It will have Bhasanya.
Bhasanya. Iko Yachibham. Because Swadishva Sarvanama Sthane 1417 normally gives a Padasanya. You have a Swadi Pratyaya following. But then Yachibham is that if the Pratyaya is beginning with a Yakara or an Ach, which we do have right now, Pratyaya, then the Angam gets the Bhasanya. So that Bhasanya, so Daivata gets a Bhasanya. It has to be Swadi Pratyaya. Swadi means from 412 to end of the 5th chapter. we are using Pratyaya An from that 5-4-38. So we are in that region. We are in the region of the Swadi region. Swadi region, we are in that. So 5-4-38. 5-4-38. So we got the Bhasanya. And then when the moment the Bhasanya comes, it triggers this routine of Bhasyadhikara. It starts from 6-4-129. It's a very common sequence. You're going to see this 1,000 times. Because when you add in Tadisa Pratyaya, you should always ask, does the Angam have Padasanya or Bhasanya? If you have Bhasanya, you have to go to the Bhasyadhikara. Padasanya asti chet, then Padasyadhikara, which is in 8.1 it starts, 8.1.16 to I think 8.3.54. So these are two places you have to look at. It's like a computer program, you know. The moment you say Bhasanya, immediately it called a subroutine. This subroutine is called by that Bhasanya. And it calls a routine to check if any statements in that routine are applying to your situation. So this routine is called by when the moment Bhasanya comes, it triggers this routine, subroutine. Bhasya subroutine is triggered. And there we have a sutram which says Yasyeti cha. Yasyeti cha. It says, what does that sutram say? Yasya means Ivarnantasya, Avarnantasya, Bhasanyakasya, Angasya, Lopasyat, Tadite Ikare cha pare. So Tadite Ikare cha pare. With Angasa Bhasanya, it ends in either Avarna or Ivarna. It has to be followed by either Tadita Pratyaya or long Ikara, which is the Sthir Pratyaya Ikara. In that case, Lopasyat. So that ending, like a word like Gaura. Gaura becomes Gauri. Gauri. That Gaura, if you add the Pratyaya Neep, is going to become Gauri, not Gaure, because Ad Guna will have to be done. If you make Gaura plus E, it will trigger Ad Guna. You don't want to become Gaure, it will become Gauri. So this is a sutram which does that. So very simply, if you have a Angam ending in which is a Bhasanya, ending in Avarna or Ivarna, long or short, followed by Tadita Pratyaya or the Sthir Pratyaya, Ikara, E. In that case, the ending Avarna or Ivarna drops. So very important. This is a very common sequence. You're going to see it many times again, which Bhasanya Yasyiticha, Bhasanya Yasyiticha. So that's how we got the. So Karthik, next time we can ask you that.
Yes.
Okay. So we get the form Daivata, and the usage is neuter, so become Daivatam. So Devata eva Daivatam. And actually, as I was mentioning to you, this is given in the Dhatu Vritti, the Madhya, which is an excellent book, because it's a Pramanam. So the usage that which are given, I'm looking at page 509, the Madhavya Dhatu Vritti, and he says there, Devata eva Daivatam, Prajnaditvat An, and the footnote gives you Kashika Sutram 5.4.38, very nice. And then he also explains to you how we got the Linga Parivartanam. The Devata is a feminine word. Interesting word. The word is feminine. So Rama is also Devata, but the Devata is feminine. The word Devata is feminine. He says, Swarthikaha Prakrutitaha Linga Vachanani Ativartante. When you had a Swarthika Pratyaya, Swarthe, that doesn't mean that the new word being created will maintain the same gender of the old word. This kind of paribhasha is there. And that's how we change the gender. But anyway, this is on 509 of the Madhavya Dhatu Vritti. So, okay, let's go back to the verse. So get used to this Prajnadibhyascha Swarthe An. And of course, please practice the Bhasanya and Yasyeticha. I think you put the numbers here, 1418 I think it is. And also the 64148. 148. Okay. Go back to the verse. See what we need now is Vayur Devata Yasya. Of course, a Bahuvrihi compound. How do we know that? Because they use Yasya. Yasya Tat. Yasya Tat. So Vayur Devata Yasya Tat. Again, this is a formula. The moment you see Yat Tat in the Vigraha Vakyam, that is the Bahuvrihi compound. The commentator would not use the word Bahuvrihi. He'll only use the formula. So you have to be able to convert the formula to the name of Bahuvrihi. So Vayur Devata Yasya Tad. He says Vayavyam Astram. Vayavyam Astram. Actually, even the word Vayavyam also is there in the Madhavya Dhatu Vritti. The reason I keep mentioning that at the end of the Madhavya Dhatu Vritti, he has given a very nice suchi of Vishesh Shabda, which is also given in bold in the text. I'm using of course the Ramlal Kaputa's edition, which is a very good edition. And then you can just take a chance, If you want to know the word Vayavyam, just see if the word is explained by Madhava. If it is, your job is done, because he'll give you the sutram, he'll give you the, and as I mentioned to you before, even such a great scholar, he writes in the style which is very easy that we can also understand. Sometimes these words these words are very technical. It's difficult to follow, but I think this is reasonably, accessible to us, and it is also very authoritative. What does he say? He says Vayur Devata Asya Vayavyam. So now, so the same thing Vayavyam, the same meaning as Vayu Devatam. Of course, Vayu Devatam was a Bahuvari compound, while Vayavyam is Taditanta Padam. Vayavyam. So Mulinatha is saying is that what Vayu Devatam is same as Vayavyam Astram. How the word Vayavyam come? And he says, he gives sutram in the Dhatu Vritti. Says Vayu Vritu Pitrushaso Yat. So these four words, Vayu, Ritu, Pitru, and Ushas. Take the pratyaya Yat. This is number 4231. 4231. So this, and let's go there for 1 second. So we're trying to realize this Vayavyam, by the way. If you don't understand all of this, don't worry. This Vayavyam, you can just say, if you don't understand Taditas, just say Vayavyam is Vayu Sambandhi. Just take the Pradipadika and say Sambandhi. It has some Sambandha, it has. What kind of Sambandha, we don't know. In this case, we are using Sasya Devata. One whose Devata is Vayu is Vayavyam. But even if you don't know that, doesn't matter. You know it's coming from Vayu. You know it's Tadita Antapadam. And you know some Sambandha, some connection is there with Vayu. And here, actually in this case, he is given here already. He says, Devata Yasya Tat. So there is a section in which Panini starts, says Sasya Devata. I think that starts. So this one we are using the 4231 is what Madhava says. Let's go there. Also I mentioned to you that if you want to try to make an inroad into the Tadita Prakaranam, try to remember some of these meanings, because even though Taditas are 1,000 sutras, the meanings are maybe, whatever, 20, 30, 40, not that many. So if you know that, because even though the Apti dictionary or even the Malinatha or even the Bhashyam, they will not give a sutra number. But he says Sasya Devata. The moment the word Devata is used, and you know it is Taditanta Padam, you should immediately link this to the Sutram Sasya Devata. Here they expect you to know that. They expect you to know that you know about this. You see this section, Sasya Devata, 4-24. That is the one they expect you to know. So when they say Vayur Devata Yasya Tat, they expect you to come here and then look in that section and see the pratyaya Yat is given here. Of course, Madhava was being more kind to us. He already gave us the sutra number also he gave. So Vayu Vrita Pitru Ushaso Yat. So after Vayu, use the pratyaya Yat. Okay, now Kartik, you finish first, Kartik now. Vayu plus Yat.
Vayu plus.
I think we lost you, Kartik.
Or Gunaha?
Yeah, or Guna. Actually, even here what you should do is Sasya Devata when you do, is that we have to really technically even here start with Vayu plus Su. The Sa is in the Prathama Vibhakti. So anyway, the Su is going to go away by the Supodhara Padikayoho, and then use the Pratyaya Yat. Pratyaya Yat. Okay, now first thing we'll do is in the Yat Halantyam, the Taka is by Halantyam, and then in the Su goes away by 2471. So then we get Vayu plus Ya. Okay, and then as here also we have the Bhasanya, so we have used only 2471 so far, which is always used when you have Taditantam because Supodhara Padivika Yoho. And then also here also Bhasanya, because of Yachibham. Pratyabhim with a Ya or an Ach, because it's a Yakara Pratyaya. Yachibham. And then what Kartik was saying that you have to use the Or Gunaha. Or Gunaha. Another sutram in the same section. The same section. In fact, the in Dhatu Vritti also says that Or Gune Vanto Yi Pratyaye Iti Avvadesh. This is what I mean of Dhatu Vritti. I mean, this is a very kind of an advanced text, and he is a very great scholar. He doesn't have to give all these things, but he does give that, because that's the beauty of this text. And not only it is very authoritative, it also gives us, for people like us, who may not know all these sutras like at the top of our, top of our head. he gives very nicely. He gives. He's supposed to give the pratyaya yat comes with 4 to 31. Iti yat, he says, or gune vanto yi pratyaye iti av adesha, which is what Karthik was going to say. So we have to use or gune. He gives a number also. He gives. Actually, or guna he has not given, but the number I think we can find out. Or guna is a sutram. It also comes in 6.4, I think around 140-ish. In the Bhasya Adhikara, the same section we are using again because the pratyaya was yat. It is yachibham, yakadi pratyaya. So let's see, it is around or guna is 6.4, 146. What does sutram say? If you have a angam which is bhasanya, it is ending in u varna. Oho is shashti of u. And then if it's followed by pratyaya which tadhyate pare, then we take guna adesha alontyasya. So this or guna which is 6.4.146 we use. So we get vayo plus ya, and then which is 6.4.146, and vanto yi pratyaye. Right below echo yava yavaha, which was 6.178, that only applies achi pare. Echo yava yavaha. So the h are replaced respectively by I, av. But then vanto yi pratyaye is that if the pratyaya is yakaradi, in that case also you get the av and av adesha respectively. Only vantaha, which is the av and av adesha. So if all of you I think know echo yava yavaha, 6.178. The next one after that, 6.179, is vanto yi pratyaye. If you have either a o or a av preceding the pratyaya which is beginning with a yakara pratyaya, vanto yi pratyaye, yakarado pratyaye pare, it also becomes av and av respectively. It's become vayavya. So this is 6.179 we're going to use to create vayavya. So just some practice, and if you didn't follow all this, don't worry, you heard it once. You'll heard it once, you'll hear it again. So vayavya. But I think vanto yi pratyaye I think is a good extension for us because we know 6.178 echo yava yavaha. It is the next sutram only. This is also one more thing, brother. If you know one sutram, if you know it well, if you know iko and achi, if you know echo yava yavaha, look around that. Because 1, 2 below that or above that will be very easy to pick up. There will be just small extensions, or small apavadas maybe of what you have just learned. So even though you may know only one sutram well, but if you look 2, 3 below that, you might be able to pick up some very easy ones. So in the more sutra we get in our bag, the better it is, right? It gives you more confidence. So, not all the time, but many times. If you know pratyaya, if you know sutram really well, adobhage, if you look below that, you can really get anayasena. You can pick up many sutras, Okay, so that was done. The word vayavya came, and this is what Mulinatha was saying. Vayu devata yaschitad vayavyam astram. Dhanushi, no commentary. Dhanushi Sharasani, no commentary. Yes, Patu?
Satish ji.
Yes, typo? No.
No typo. This
okay.
va is brought in here. This is not in the agama category.
Which one?
Vayavya.
Vayavya. There's no agama here, no.
No, there's no, the va is dropped in by rule, right?
Which one? Say it again. What is dropped?
The va comes in as a.
You mean the avadesha comes in?
Avadesha comes in, yeah.
In place of o.
In place of. In place of o. I'm sorry.
Place, because h anuvrutti of h is coming down.
Yeah. Another thing is on the this one, Devadar quote here is in Ramayana it was a weapon presided over by Manu.
Yes, there is some.
Manavam astram.
Or gunaha. So there is some difference in story here, because in Ramayanam here the Manavam astram, here is the Vayavyam astram. So yeah.
So it will also go through the same kind of rules.
No, but it will not be the same pratyaya, right? Probably pratyaya like and is probably using in Manavam astram. Because defaults here might still be because no yakara is not there. He says because in
no yakara, but the anna is there, right?
Yeah, so it may not be, but this is similar process is being used.
Similar process.
Sasya devata only is being used.
Yeah.
But the pratyaya will not be yat; it will be different pratyaya. Something like an an maybe. So that's what it is. Let's see. We can go to 4.2. Yeah, because default pratyaya is still un in this section.
It's
You know
a
why?
similar, yeah, it's a similar thing. It's a Tadita Padam, right?
Taditantam padam, but the
Taditantam.
pratyaya is not yet, because from the beginning of not beginning of, but the 4-1 says prag divyato an. See this sutram over here, 4-1-83. Prag divyato an says that from 4-1-83 to up to 4-4 beginning, up to the word divyat, the default pratyaya is an. So default pratyaya going from 4-1-83 up to the beginning of 4-4, up to the word divyat, the pratyaya is an. And we are right now using this 4-2, sasya devata, right? So the default pratyaya is an. So if we use manu plus an, we can get manava, again or gunaha. So that should work. I think an should be the pratyaya an. Yes, but so yes, the same kind of formation, sasya devata, but different pratyaya and different story. Because in Ramayanam we have the manava mastram, here we have vayavya mastram. So there are different, some inconsistencies there. So Dhanushi, no commentary, Saptami Ekvachanam, straightforward. Sandadhe is samhitavan. This is the same dhatu, samdha, and made samhitavan. Okay, anybody in the class, how did dha become hita? Anybody in the class? Dha becoming hita? Okay, so dadaterhi. I think it's in 7.4. where it talks about the tado kiti pratyaya, and the sutram is dadhaterhi. I'll give you the number for that. So for this dhatu dha, it takes the adesha hi, and let's get the exact anuvritti. I'll give you in a second. Dadhaterhi is the sutram, and this, of course, you can look it up in the dhatu vritti, or of course in Vemi Vyakya. I can look it up in the Raghuvamsham, a lot of places. Once you know the dhatu, generally your job is pretty much done. There are many texts which gives you a lot of details of dhatus. This one I happen to know. The dhatu here is 7442. 7442, sutram that we are using to make the hi adesha, hi anekashi sarvasya. So 7442. I think it's tado kiti. Takarado kiti pratyaya pare. So 7442. The dhaterhi. The anuvritti of tikiti is coming down. Tikiti. So when you take the dhatu dha, the nishtha pratyaya, kta is anit dhatu. There is no dhatu ending in longa in the language which is said dhatu. They are all anit dhatus. So dha becomes hi because the pratyaya is kta. It is beginning with the takara. It's a kit pratyaya. So it becomes hita. So placed. Of course, the word hitam also is like beneficial, like well placed. Beneficially placed as an extension of the word hita. Now samhitavan, why did he do that? It's kartari lit. Kartari lit. Why is he saying that? Kartari lit? Because as we I think saw in yesterday's class was that this could have been a karmani prayoga also. Because when this dhatu is uvayapadi dhatu, juthai. So if it was a karmani prayoga, then because of the bhava karmanoho 1-3-13, you can only use apanipadam endings, and there is no other distinction. The same form sandadhe could have been he placed or it was placed. But then how do we know this is kartari? Of course, he's telling us kartari lit, but even if he did not tell us, how will you know this is kartari, not karmani? Anybody in the class? Because see, we have the word astram. Astram is the same form in prathama and dvitiya vibhakti because it's napunsakalinga padam. So we could have said, astram sandadhe, that the weapon was placed on the bow. Or we could say Rama sandadhe, Rama placed. Yes, Vasu?
That's what I was thinking. That sa is there. That
correct. If it had been karmani prayoga, you said it should have been tena sandadhe. By him it was placed. Because if we make karmani prayoga, the karta will go in tritiya then. It will not be saha sandadhe. It will be astram tena sandadhe. It was placed by him. So that saha ramaha will not fit anywhere then. If you make a karmani prayoga, if you make astram as a prathama vibhakti, then what is Saramaha? Then what will that do? That will not fit anywhere. So that is why it should mean Tena Ramena Sandadhe. That would have been a Karmani Pragaha. But of course, if the Astram was not a neutral Pradipadikam, then we'd have had even more information. Unfortunately, Astram became like Vanam Vane Vanani. It is the same in Prathama Dvitiya, so we could not assign a different Vibhakti to Astram. If Astram was in the masculine Pradipadikam, then Astram had to be Dvitiya. In that case, it cannot be Karmani at all. Astram is Dvitiya is there. So anyway, here what Mulyanatha is saying is that the form will be the same in Karmani or Kartari. But here is Kartari lit because you can clearly see the Karta is in Prathama Vibhakti, Saha Ramaha Sandadhe. Okay, who wants to quickly do this form for me? Anybody? Sandadhe. Upasarga is some. In the lit lakara, we'll skip a little bit of steps. So we have Sandha plus lit. As usual, you have to do the Halantyam Upadesha Jananasika it Lasya Tiptasji. In this case, we are talking about the Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam. So it should be Sandha plus Ta. Let's start with that. We'll keep the sum out of it for the time being, because that's just the Upasarga. And then we got Dha plus Ta. Anyone wants to take any steps here? I'll give you one more step. Is because of Litcha, that Pratyaya Ta, even though it's in the Ting Pratyahara, it does not have the Sarvadhatuka Sanya. It has the Ardha Dhatuka Sanya, Litcha. So we will not get the Karturi Shap, because Karturi Shap is only Sarvadhatuke. But Litcha Sutram, this has the Ardha Dhatuka Sanya. So no Karturi Shap. Okay, now who can do the next step for me? Let's see. Who can do this? Pushpa. Let's see. Anuj, you there? We can do it. Or Pushpaji can do it. You want to try Pushpaji?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you try this one? Maybe we are trying to get from Sandha to Sandadhe. Can you give us any steps?
We have to reduplicate the dhatu, dha.
Duplication. By what sutram is that? It is Liti Dhaturanabhyasa. Liti Dhaturanabhyasasya. Liti Dhaturanabhyasasya. Liti Dhaturanabhyasa. So this is in the beginning of 6.1. Panini tells us where you have to do abhyasa in this language. And there are, I think, over 4 or 5 main rules over there. And this is the first one, I think. Liti Dhaturanabhyasasya. Liti Dhatoho Anabhyasasya. So it will be 6.1 around 6.7.8, maybe 6.1.8 maybe. Yeah, 6.1.8. There are these main sutram is 6.1.8, 9, 10, 11. So liti, when you have lit pratyaya following, dhatoho, you take abhyasa because anuvritti is coming from 6.1.1. Ekacho de prathamasya. It takes dvitvam, it takes duplicated. Because abhyasa is puro abhyasa. Abhyasa is only the duplicated part, the left hand part is called abhyasa. So it says take the prathama ekacha bhagaha. Of course, most dhatus are ekach anyway, so it doesn't matter ekach. So we take, and the consonants have no standing. They only go with the vowels. So only one vowel is the a. The dha was going to go with it. So because of the liti dhaturanabhyasasya, by 6.1.8, as Pushpaji said, we have to make it into dha, make it sandadha. And if you don't know this, you can easily look up in the Mahimi Vyakhya, dhatu dha is there. You can look up also in the Dhatu Vritti, so there are many places you can look it up. So we used 6.1.8 to make it like this, 6.1.8, 6.1.8. So what's the next step, Pushpaji? What can we do now? In the Abhyasa Bhagaha.
So, okay.
In the Abhyasa Bhagaha, we have to bring in the rules in 7.4, in the end of 7.4. where we have the rules of the Atsalopa Abhyasasya, is from the Abhyasasya Nivritti goes down. Also, as I mentioned to you many times, these rules are very, very useful. They're used in many places. Atsalopa Abhyasasya from here, these rules, Rasvaha, Haladi Sheshaha, Kuhoshtuhu, and the Urat. So here we can use two rules here. One is the Rasvaha we can use. So the Dha becomes the. Dha becomes the. And later on, when we go to Tripadi Karyam, after we do, let's do step by step. Let's use Sutram Rasvaha. Very simple rule. Very, very simple rule. In Abhyasaha, a vowel becomes short. I mean, it's really simple. They cannot be more simple than this. In the Abhyasa Bhagaha, the Rasvaha, I mean the Ach becomes Rasvaha. So that is 7459. So we'll now have Sam plus Dha plus Dha plus Dha and Da. So this is the 7459 we have used. Okay, now what can we do next? Now there are these rules in 3.4 which we can use fearlessly, which are the Lakara Ashrita Niyamaha, which is based on the Lakara itself. These pratyas take some transformations. So even though Tiptaji are the default pratyas, for specific Lakaras, they will have specific transformations. They're all Nitya Karyani, so you can do them first itself, we can do them. This Ta is going to become A. Litaha Tajayor E Shirej. Litaha Tajayor E Shirej. So this is going to take a let's go there for a second. In 3.4 in the Lasya Adhikaraha, Panini says in Lit Lakaraha, if you have the Ta or Ja, it of course the Pratham Purusha Ekvachanam or Bahuvachanam, respectively become Esh and Irej. Esh Irej. Litaha Tajayor Esh Irej. Litaha Tajayor Esh Irej. Let's use that sutram now. We do have Lit Lakara. We do have the Pratyaya Ta. We are talking about the Prathama and Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam. And let's see, Litaha Tajayor Esh Irej. So this is the Lasya Adhikaraha. And here it is. It's 3481. So Tajayor Esh Irej. Now Ta was to become Esh. Now what is the reason for that Sh as an It Halantyam? Anybody in the class?
Is it Anekashit Sarvasya?
Anekashit Sarvasya, very good. Because otherwise it will be in Aloantyasya. Pratyaya is Ta. Ta equals Ta plus A. So normally Aloantyasya would apply. So even if the A came in, it will become Te. We want to replace the entire Ta Shabda, which is the Takara and the Akara, with the Esh. Anekashit Sarvasya. So when the 1142 says, so this is 3481, but 1152 says Aloantyasya. But there is the sutram below that will say Anekashit Sarvasya is 1155. As Karthik said, this Talavya shows an It tells you to replace the entire Sthani. That is why Panini put that Adesh as Esh. So let's do that. So we will use a 3481 along with the so let's make this into Dha plus Dha plus A, and we got this by using the Litas Tajayor Eshirej, Litas Tajayor Eshirej, Litas Tajayor Eshirej, and then Anekashit Sarvasya, the Paribhasha. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, now we need just 2 more steps, and let's see who can do it. You want to do Karthik and finish it for us now? Try this one.
Yeah, like the Akara will take Lopa by Ato Lopa Iticha.
Ato Lopa Iticha. So what are the conditions for that? Ato Lopa.
It should be Ardha Dhatuka Ajari Pratyaya with Kit or Nit. And
Kit or Nit. So
what? Kit because it's Asanyoga Lit Kit.
Asanyoga Lit Kit. Asanyoga Lit Kit. Okay, so what does Sutram say? Let's look at that Sutram 125. Asanyoga Lit Kit. I think we use this Sutram many times, the Sarvadhatikam Apit. But below that, the next Sutram is Asanyogat Lit Kit. So if we have Apit Lit Pratyaya, we had Pratyaya Ta, which didn't have any Pit in there, no pers in it, Pittum Nasti. And then below that, I'm sorry, in place of we got the Adesha Esh, there's no pers it anywhere there. So Apit Lit Kit Syat, Asanyogat. There's no Sanyoga prior because we have the Dha right now. We have the Dha. So there's no Sanyoga prior to it. So that Asanyogat Apit Lit Kit Syat. So that 125 is going to make that Pratyaya A, which we have right now, Kitvat, as if it has kurs in it. And that will now trigger. This is what I mean about the Tinganda Prakriya. It is a lot of interrelated steps. This is the heart of Panini. Paninehe Shastisya Hridayam, Hridaya Rupam, Tinganda Prakriya. Hridaya Rupa, it is the heart of Panini. Because if you can understand the interrelationships, how the sannyas come into place, how the operations come into place, then you can really ready to tackle at least the operational part of it. That will give you good practice. Once you can match the Tingantas, then you can, then you're ready to, handle the rest of them. It's a matter of just, knowing the other sutras, but how to apply them, now. You know how to apply them. So 6464 is a sutram. And this thanks to my teacher. He used to grind me so many hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. My head used to be spinning after that. But now I'm so happy that he did that because, for all those endless hours, you have to do, lakar, because what he used to make me do is that he should take one dhatu like dha. You have to recite all the lakaras. So let, you give all of them in Atmanipadam, in Parasnipadam. Then you have to do lit, then do lut, then lut, then lot, then lung, then vidiling, ashiling, then lung and rung. It's very difficult because, once you do lut, the next lit comes. So lit, you have to forget about shap and everything. You start doing the abhyasa. After lit comes the lut. You do the tas pratyaya. Then comes the sya. Then go back to lot. Lot comes, you again put being the shap or whatever it might be. So, and you have to recite them pretty fast. And he'll stop you and say, what sutram over here? What sutram over there? What sutram over here? That's how the class, goes. So we can practice. There's no other way to practice. So 6464 says, ato lopa iticha. Ato lopa. If you have, and this is in the angasya dikara. So adantasya angasya. So we have the angam ending in a, long a. It takes lopaha with the pratyas, kitnit pratyas is coming there, ajadi kitnit, or if it has a idagama. Right now we don't have idagama. If idagama is there, it doesn't have to be kitnit. If it's no idagama, it should be ajadi kitnit. So this pratyaya A is ajadi, and because of 1, 2, 5 asanyuga lit kit, we got the kit bhava, and therefore now we can do the akar lopa. So 6464. Ato, this is important sutram. Ato lopa iticha. Ato lopa iticha is going to come, quite a few times. Ato lopa iticha. So now we get the form sam plus dha, and then we get dha, because the akar lopa that we have just done, and a. So this was, we use the sanya sutram asanyuga litkit. For that we use ato lopa iticha to do the akar lopaha. Then finally, what's the last step, Karthik? We do what now?
We have abhyase charcha.
Abhyase charcha. Abhyase charcha is way back at the end of Ashtadhyayi in 8.4. 8.4. And that's the one abhyasa karyam which is not in the 7.4 section. This one sutram abhyase charcha is coming at the end of almost like 8.4.50 something it is. I think 54 maybe. Abhyase charcha. 8.4.54 abhyase charcha. So jhalam, in place of jal, in abhyasa you get char. Now char means what? Ka, pa, cha, ta, ta, cha, cha, ta, ta, cha, ta, ta, kapai. Shashasar. So these prathama varna, this in the vargiyas is prathama varna, is the first, because ka, pa, cha, ta, ta, cha, cha, ta, ta, cha, ta, ta, ka, pa. This is the first column. Also the sibilants, the sha, sha, sa, these three. Abhyase charcha. So basically you lose the prana. So and also if the jash also is coming. So jash or char. Either jash or char. So basically in abhyasa, the consonants, they gravitate to column 1 or 3. If it's column 2, it goes to 1. If it's column 3, it goes to, if it's 4, it goes to 3. One more time. In abhyasa, the column 2 will go to column 1. Column 4 will go to column 3. So right now we have ta, tha, da, dha. It's number 4 letter. It will become the jash adesha. Because antaratamaha, sthani antaratamaha, it will the closest substitute. So it's going to take the jash adesha. So even the abhyasa charcha says char, anuvritti of, because char cha is what it's saying. So means anuvritti of jash also is coming down there. So we use 8.4.54, the jash adesha, and then we get the final form, which is some. Of course, then we can do the mo anuswaraha, anuswarasi, parisavarnaha, vapadantasya. So that's all that we can do. But the main thing is that we got the form dadhe. Now, if this were a karmani prayoga, it would be the exact same steps, with no difference in the form, and that is why, and we'll put the number here over here for you, 8.4.54. That is why Mulinatha clarifies that it is kartari, even though we know that if it had been karmani, it means in tena ramena, by him it was placed. Okay. Okay, the next one he says, let's have to bring this look around. Yeah. Okay, interesting is that we have the tena down here again. So that's why I think what Mulinatha also made it clear that this is a karmani prayog, this is a kartri prayog. You could have confused this tena, with that maybe somehow make it karmani for this one also. Because what you could have said is that saharamaha apatayata. That is kat, and then somehow we use the tena with the karmani prayoga sandadhe. But that tena is qualifying whom now? Who is tena qualifying? Anybody? What do you think, Karthik? Tena is qualifying whom? Astram. Astrena. This is karanarthe. Karanarthe. It is an instrument by that weapon. Tena astrena. Tena astrena. I think that's what Mulinatha says. I think this is next comment there. The moment you have any pronoun, don't leave it. Don't leave it at all until you find who is driving that pronoun. The pronoun is standing in place of a noun. Pronoun, very simple. So find out who is qualifying. It does not have its own gender number case. Pronouns, adjectives, and Bahuvri compounds also adjectives. They don't have the gender number case. They have to go by somebody else. So tena equals astrena. Very simple, he says that. Then shaila vad gurum. What kind of samasa is this? Shaila gurum. You want to try, Karthik? What will it be? Karmadharya compound it is. Megha Shama compound. So Megha Vad Shamaha. Megha Shamaha. So Shaila Vad Gurum. So these are these special kind of Karmadharya compounds where there's an upama there. And the also given the what is called Samanya Dharma. Samanya Dharma also is given. The Gurutvam is a Samanya Dharma between that Maricha and the Shaila. They have a common quality, is their heaviness. Shaila Vad Gurum. Let's go to the Karmadharya section. As I mentioned, is in Samasa means 2-1 or 2-2. Within that, from 2-1-2-2 up to 2-2-2-2, you have Karmadharya. You have Tatpurushas. Within that, towards the end of 2.1, I think it's about 2.1, I think it's 50 something, it says Samadhikarane. So that is a section of the Karmadharyas. Karmadharyas in the end of 2.1 from this, I'm sorry, I was a bit off, from the 49 number. Purakalaika sarvajarat puranan navakevalaha samanadhikarane. Now, from the 2149 to end of 21 is the Karmadharya compounds. And of course, the main one which you use all the time is the Visheshanam, Visheshena, Bahulam. Adjective noun compound, simple. Shura Purushaha, Nila Vahanam, whatever you want to say. But here there is two sutras Panini gives prior to that. Upamanani Samanya Vachanaihi. One more thing I want to remind you in the compound, in this Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram, is whatever in the Prathama is going to be there in that Sutram. In the Sutram, what is in Prathama? That gets the Sanya Upasarjana Sanya. So Prathama Nidrishtam Samase Upasarjanam. And then Upasarjanam Purvam. So that will go first in the compound. So in 2155, Upamanani is Prathama Bahuvachanam. In our compound, what do we have? Shaila Gurum. The Shaila is the Upamanam. That's the comparison. So that is going first, which does make sense. Does make sense. And the next sutram is Upamitam Vyagradibihi Samanya Prayoge. When the Samanya Dharma is not there, like Purusha Vyagraha. So Purusha Vyagraha Iva, maybe what? Shauryatvat. Because of his Shuratvat, I'm sorry. Shauryatvat is double. Shurasya bhava Shauryam. So because of Shauryam, Shaurya Karanat, because of Shauryam, I shouldn't say because Twa already this Shura already becomes Shauryam. You don't have to add Twa on top of that. So because of the Shauryam. But that Shauryam is not there in the Samasa. You only say Purusha Vyagraha. So that's the 2156. And in that case, the Upamitam goes first. Upamitam, not the Upamanam. So Purusha Vyagraha is Purusha Vyagraha Iva. But in this case, in 2155, what we want right now, Upamanani Samanya Vachanaihi. The Samanya Vachanam should be there, which is the Gurutvam. And the Upamanam will go first. So which is the Shailavad. Shailavad, which Mulinatha says. We say Shailavad Gurum. It is he's talking about 2155. And the common example is Megha Shyamaha. Megha Iva or Megha Vat Shyamaha. He is dark like a cloud, Sri Krishna. And for 2156, so these are two sutras here. In one, the Samanya Vachanam is there. Other one, Samanya Vachanam is not there. Samanya Prayoge. So that is the first indication. So see if the Samanya Dharma is there or not. In a Karmadharya compound we're talking about, in where a comparison is being made, that's what we're talking about right now. See if the Samanya Dharma is there or not. If it is not there, it's going to be most like the Vyagrahadi. If it is there, it's going to be the Upamani Samanya Vachanaihi. And also one more thing as I just told you is the Upamanam will go first in the Samanya Vachanaihi. In the other one, it will go second. So because the Upamanani is Prathama Nidrishtam, that will go first. While Upamitam is Prathama Nidrishtam in 2156, that will go first. So these are the two rules just prior to the Visheshanam Visheshana Bahulam. These two rules, so the moment you have an Upama or Upamanam, you have in a Karmadharya compound, you want to use one of these two rules. It's very common, not very common, but these compounds are used quite a lot, like Mukha Kamalam, Angri Padmam. So these are very common. So how Mukha Kamalam? You can see Mukha Kamalam is what? Clearly there's no Samanya Dharma, because this beautiful, like this mouth, lotus-like mouth is beautiful like a lotus, So then clearly it is the Vyagrahadibhi, because the Samanya Prayoge, Dharma is not there. So that's how you have to remember these two sutras for the Karmadharyas which have a comparison, 2155, 2156. Okay. So then he says, Shailavad Gurum. He will not give you the sutra number here. Shailavad Gurum. Api. Even though it was heavy like a mountain. Shailavad Gurum. Tadaka Sutam, no commentary. Simple Shashti Tatpurusha compound. Tadaka Yaha Sutam. There will definitely be no commentary on that. Mari Cham. Who is the Sutam? He's only clarifying it is Mari Cham. And then he says, he gives the Upama Kalidasa here. So Pandu Patram Iva. Simple Karmadharya compound. Pandu is white, pale, like a pale leaf. He even though he was heavy as a mountain, he made him, he felled him like a pale leaf. And then what's his commentary on that? Parinata Paranam Iva. Parinata. So this leaf which has turned, which has transformed. So which has parinam is to transform. Parinata. So parinata patram iva means which has now become pale. So parinata patram iva. So that is the if you look at the dhatu is what? Parinata is pari plus dhatu, pari plus nam. This is how you have to get used to the upasarga dhatu, combinations, how they change the meaning, because nam is to bow down, to namaskara. I think you know the dhatu nam. But now when you add the let's see what Apte gives for parinam. If he gives paridhi parinirvana. It's not giving parinata. Okay, am I looking at the wrong page? I was hoping to find the dhatu parinam, but I guess he has not given parinam. Okay, so I was looking to find it. All right. Anyway, it means a pale leaf. Like we say parinamaha, right? Parinamaha. So parinamaha is like the effect, transformation. That's the parinam. So what's this another thing, another tactic you can use is that if you don't know the particular form of a verb, try different forms of this verb, the parinam, and see if you can check the meaning. If you don't know the word parinata, try the word parinama. That word might be known to you. I think I know what the mistake I made. Apte use parinam and not parinama. So he says parinam is to bend down, to stoop down, to be changed or transformed into. So that is the thing. So parinata, result happened, parinama. So parinata is also bent or bowed down, stooping, declining, old. Okay. So that's what he said. It's a pale, it's old leaf, which has become, old with age. Parinata patramiva. Then apatayata. Apatayat. This is, look at the aya in there. This is the thing on the padam. Look at the aya. This aya is the indication that this is probably going to be a causative form, nijantam. Dhatu is pat. When you add pat to, I'll just go through 1-2 steps only because we don't have to go through the whole thing. But if you know, if the dhatu is pat, and when you add the nich pratyaya, which is the hetumaticha, means in the sense of a agent who's causing something, then we get the new dhatu called pati, because we did the atopadhaya 72116, the vriddhi, because the nu as an it causes the upada vriddhi of the short of pratyaya comes, and the swarthi nich, which is for the churadigana, and hetumaticha in any dhatu can take in the causative form when this hetumati, when it's causing something. So 3126 is the one. 3126 is that sutram. And once you get the form pati, then this you will go through some basic steps. You just you get the adagamaha by the lung shuradattaha. Lang lakar is what being used, like bhu becomes abhavat. So here we get pati plus the shap pratyaya, shap, and then you get the pratyaya tip. And tip, of course, halantyam, the pers and it. That shap will do guna to pati, becomes pate. That's how you get the aya sign, by the way. Because the nich takes guna, becomes a. And then the that a will combine with the akara of the shap. Of course, in the shap by lashakvatadite, the adi shakar is in it, and halantyam, the po is in it, and the a becomes I and becomes pataya. So that is the combination. When the nijanta dhatus, when they go into and combine with the shap pratyaya following, then the nich takes guna, becomes a, hoyava sandhi becomes I, and combined with the shab becomes aya. So that's how you get now. So get a, pa, tai, and then tip is what we have. So what we have done here, we did the sarvadhatu gardhatuka yoho, we did gunaha, and then echo yava yavaha, 6178, and finally sutramitascha. When the lakara is nu as an it, that ending e drops by itascha. So you get apatayat by itascha. Apatayat. Itascha. 3-4-100 itascha. So that's still the steps for apatayat. The main thing to recognize, look at the aya in there. That's indication that we have probably a nij inside there. Also that vriddhi of the the becoming also indication like apatayat. These are very easy to spot. And of course, the adagama is there, and if adagama is there, shap is there, it has to be lang lakara, only no other choice. It means he made it fall. He made him fall. Okay. The translation will be, in fact, let's go to here itself. We can do the translation now. Is he kind of attach this missile to his, we missed one compound, astra ko vidaha, because we didn't go to the commentary for that one. Astra ko vidaha is the commenter astrajnaha. Astrajnaha, astram janati astrajnaha. So ko vidaha is an expert. So ko vidaha probably you can take it as saptami, so purusha astreshu ko vidaha. One who's skilled in the use of weapons. Astra ko vidaha. So the translation becomes he who was skilled in the use of weapons. He attached this missile to his bow. This missile which was of intense speed and which was presided over by the Vayu Devata. And by that missile, he felled the son of Tadaka, which is of course Maricha, who even though he was as heavy as a mountain, he felled him like a pale, an old leaf, is what we think. So let's try. Who wants to try? Let's give Vasu a chance. Vasu, ready?
Yes.
Skilled in missiles.
Astra ko vidaha.
Astra ko vidaha. And if you don't know any grammar also, it's okay. Expand your vocabulary. Astra ko vidaha, simple compound. Astram is of course missiles. Ko vidaha is expert. Skilled in missiles. Astra ko vidaha. Okay, he. What is he? Saha. Saha. He is Saha. Now put.
Sandate.
Sandadhe means he joined, kind of attached. Put the swift moving.
Ugrajava. Ugrajavam.
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 Manojavam, like Maruti is called Manojavam.
Manojavam.
The one who has the speed of a. What kind of compound is that? Vasu, what do you think? Ugrajavam. I'm sorry, Manojavam. Manojavam Marutulya Vegam, right? So Manojavam, he has Marutulya Vegam. Marutulya Vegam. So Manojavam, what kind of compound would that be? Manojavam.
Manojavam should be Bahuvrihi, right?
It's Bahuvri compound, yes. So what kind of Bahuvri? This is also like this, like the Ushtra-mukha compound, or what I call in Gita the Vrukodara. Gita, right? Vrukodaraha. So Vrukasya udaram iva udaram yasya saha. So manasaha javaha iva javaha yasya saha. So Marutihi, Hanuman is who has a speed, like the speed of the mind. Manojavam Marutulya Vegam. This comes in the Ramaraksha Stotram. So Manojavam. So because once this, what happens is that when this you have Upama kind of Bahuvrihi, you know that one when you say Vrukodara, you say Vrukasya udaram iva udaram yasya sa. But in the compound you don't see udara twice. Only one time udara you say. Vrukodara means you got it. It means who has a stomach like the stomach of a wolf. And Ushtra-mukha is the technical name for that in grammar. One whose face is like the face of a camel. Same thing, Manojavam, one whose speed is like the speed of the mind. We don't have that here, I'm just saying, There's a Vartikamanya Sutram, Anekamanya Padarthaya. We won't go in detail, but in the Sutram, there's only one main Sutram of Bahuvrihis. Main Sutram for it, Anekamanya Padarthaya. That's 2 to 24 is the Vartikam on that, okay? Okay, so let's continue. Arrow, do you get the word arrow?
Astram.
Astram. Presided over by the wind god.
Vayu Devatam.
Vayu Devatam. So Vayuhu Devatam equals Devata Yasya Tat. To his bow.
Dhanushi.
Dhanushi. I think and is understood. With it.
Tena.
Tena. He brought down.
Apatayat.
Apatayat. Tadaka's son.
Tadakasutam.
Tadakasutam. Ponderous as a mountain.
Shailagurum.
Gurum. I think you should say that word api should have been here. I think api has not been used. I think right. Api should have been left, right? Even though he was ponderous as a mountain. Anyway, that api should have been translated somewhere.
Yeah.
As if.
Eva.
He were a sear leaf.
Pandupatra.
Pandupatram. But the api should have been translated somewhere, even though as ponderous as a mountain. Okay, that's okay. So good. So we got Pushpaji has a question. Yes,
how is this Sandadhe Atmane Pada here? I mean, how does it fit in?
Let's see, there's one technical problem. Let's see. Manoj, are you there?
Can you hear me, Satish?
I can hear you. Making sure the recording is, because Karthik got logged off. Let me make sure the recording was stopped. I think we have Manoj is doing the recording. I think we are okay. I'll talk to him at the end. I hope you're okay. Okay. I think Karthik, let me unmute Karthik anyway. We'll make him back into organizer. Give me 1 second, okay? Okay, Karthik, can you hear me now again, Karthik? I made it organizer, so you can hear me, I think.
Yeah.
So your recording got stopped, is it?
Yeah, actually, I think the internet, there was a problem and I got disconnected in between, so I had to log in again.
I think Manoj is recording, I think. But you can start recording again if you want.
Yeah, this is Manoj, so I am continuing to record, no problem.
Okay, good. We are fine, Karthik. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Pushpa, you had a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, regarding Sandadhe, Atmane Pada. So how does it fit into the entire sentence? I couldn't figure it out. Why is it Atmane Pada?
It's in the active sense. It's a kartari. It's a dhatu, ubhayapadi dhatu. It's dhatu ubhayapadi. It can take either Atmanepadam or Prasnapadam endings. See, technically speaking, Atmanepadam can only use when the fruit accrues to the kartru. So kartra kartra vipraya kriya phale. Kartra abhipraya. It has to be that, but kriya phale. When the fruit of the action is supposed to accrue to the doer, then Atmanepadam is supposed to, but that distinction is not honored in the language. So even the Panini says kartra vipraya kriya phale. In the language it is optional form. So when the dhatu ubhayapadi, you can use either Atmanepadi endings or Prasnapadi ending, doesn't matter. Give the same meaning. But this could have been passive, but it is not passive. It is active.
That's what I was looking for because of the tena. I thought maybe there is some kind of.
Yeah, that's the thing. This tena is confusing. That's why Malinatha said, he says kartari lit. He says, you see what he says, Pushpaji, here kartari lit. Because if you look at the form tena down there, that is really confusing because it says tena sandadhe. This part will fit, but then what do you do with saha? Saha, this will not fit very well, saha then. So,
right, yeah.
That's why this is actually an active form. It could have been, the passive form would have been the same, but then this would not fit well, this saha.
Yeah, right.
That's what we did. So, okay, so that's that one. Let's see, we have some time left. We can do, at least start the next one because these are now, okay. Yassubahurriti rakshaso parastatra tatra visasarpa mayaya tam kshirapra shakali kritam kriti patrinam yabhajad ashramad bahi. One more time. Yassubahurriti rakshaso parastatra tatra visasarpa mayaya tam kshirapra shakali kritam kriti patrinam yabhajad ashramad bahi. So yaha subahu iti rakshasaha aparaha tatra visasarpa mayaya tam kshirapra shakali kritam kriti patrinam yabhajat ashramad bahi. So let's try to follow the commentary. It says yaha iti, it's commenting on this shloka. Subahur iti. So iti is a quotation. Now, can somebody tell me in the class, where does the quotation begin over here? Subahur iti. Nagaraj can do it. Nagaraj is here. I know it's missing. Nagaraj, you there? Nagaraj?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, now the iti ends the quotation. Iti is like an end quote in this language,
Right.
iti.
Yeah.
So now, where does the quotation begin, you think? There are only two choices. There are only two choices now. Either yaha subahu or subahu. Which one do you think it is? So,
It starts with Subahu.
you should only subahu only in quotation here. So one who was known as subahu in quotes. Subahu is in quotes. So when you see the iti, try to find out where in the quotation begins. It's not easy sometimes. It's generally obvious, but you have to at least, before you move ahead with the iti, always stop and see where the quotation begins from. So, Subahu iti. And no commentary on that. Subahu iti, because actually he made it easy for you. Look what he did. He put the Subahu iti in the top. So now there's no doubt. Only Subahu has to be in quotation. Subahu iti. So he made sure you understand the Subahu is in quotation. Subahu is in quotation. Subahur iti yaha aparaha. No commentary. Aparaha, because who aparaha? Because Maricha vadham. Maricha said patanam. So Purva Shlokena Uktam. In the last shloka, you already said how Maricha was fell down. Now the other one, Aparaha. No, other one from which? Because he already told here that he said the Yau Adhipati. There were two of them, right? Two of them were the leaders of the Rakshas Sena. So one he already dealt with, the Maricha. He's already fallen down. Then Aparaha clearly has to be Subha, the other one. So Yaha Subahuriti Aparaha. So the other Aparaha Rakshasaha. The other, among the two of them, the other demon who was known as Subahu. Tatra Tatra Mayaya. Tatra Tatra means there and there. Itastata means English here and there. In English means here and there. Means he moved about here and there. Tatra Tatra Mayaya. Maya is what? Shambara Vidyaya. Shambara Vidya. This is one of these mystic powers. We can kind of disappear and come back, and those kind of things we can move about without being noticed. It's called this Shambara Vidya. I guess this is a technical name. But let's see what Apte says for Shambara Vidya. So Shambara Vidya is a special kind of Vidya where you can move about, incognito or being invisible, not being noticed. So he moved about Shambara Vidyaya. So Shambara, let's see what Apte says. Shambara. Shambara, it is name of a demon slain by Panjimna, a mountain, Shambaram, water. Doesn't give kind of fish, water, cloud, Shamba, thunderbolt, plugging, time, measure, Jina, mountain. So Sham, this is Dhatu Shamb. Because Shamb is to go or to move. Okay, Shambara is one who moves around, kind of incognito. Because I was expecting to find it here. So maybe he has that, the Shambara who was killed, the Pradyumna, I think he had that quality. So I don't know, that's probably a story from Bhagavatam, which I don't know. But anyway, it's the Shambara Vidya, this Vidya of these demons to move around without being noticed. So Shambara Vidyaya, Visa Sarpa equals Sanchachara. So Sarp is to kind of crawl around, to move around. The same Visarp is to move around. And what did he do? He maintained the same Lakaraha. Lit Lakara it is. Look at the ending, the ending. It's the very first thing in Gita, right? Sarashto Vacha. In lit Lakara, it is only 90%, 95%, only third person. And in the Prasnapadam, the tip, tash, ji become null, atus, us, respectively. The very first pratyaya, which is the Pratham Purusha Ekavachanam, pratyaya is null. And because of halantyam and chutu, only the remains. So it's V, srup plus null has become and abhyasa karyam is there because in abhyase haladi shesha, dhatu is srup. If you want to go to some detail, dhatu is srup over here, and in abhyasa, so what is visa sarpa? Of course the V is upasarga, and we have, when we do the iti dhatoho anabhyasasya, when you do srup, you do the abhyasa, srup and srup, and then pratyaya was tip became null by null atus us prasnipadanam, null atus us talatus nalvamaha. So I'm talking about 3482. For the lit pratyayas in prasnipadam, they get replaced out by these yathasankham, by these 9 pratyayas. And the first 3 only important to us because it's mostly third person, because the paroksha lit with third person, null atus us. So by 3482, pratyaya null came, and again because of litcha sutram, this is pratyaya is not a sarvataka pratyaya, it's ardhataka pratyaya, so no shap, etc. So that's what we have. Now what we do is we do the abhyasa karyam. So let me put the number 3482 here. We have to do the abhyase charcha. I'm sorry, no, what am I saying? Haladi shesha. Haladi shesha we have to put, and that was the same one that I think we used before. These are all the end of 7.4, which I mentioned to you. And then the sutram urat. In the abhyasa, the ru becomes a. Actually, ru and ru, when urat, in place of the ru varna, you get the akara adesha. So these are all in 7.4, just mentioning those 5-6 rules which are very important there in the abhyasa. And one is haladi shesha 7460, which means that hal can remain only if it is the first member. Otherwise, the hal cannot remain. So in the dhatu srup, the prakara is not the first member, so it has to go. So, and then comes urat. In place of ru, you get the akara adesha, at adesha, and then uran raparaha. Uran raparaha, because this paribhash uran raparaha, we get the repa following the a. So along with urat and uran raparaha, in place of ru, we're going to get the ar adesha. Uran raparaha is a paribhasha. We say if you do any adesha in place of ru or ru, then we have to make it raparaha. That's 1151. So if you want to put all these rules in there, so we're going to do the haladi shesha 7460, urat is 7466, and uran raparaha. So when we're doing all these, after all these abhyasa rules, we got sar, and then the srup is already there, srup and so we use the 7460 and 7466, 7466, and again we have to use the haladi shesha. The repa is not the first member in the abhyasa. So we'll get sa. And meanwhile, this pratyanal will do the puganta laghupatasya gunaha. Puganta laghupatasya cha. That ru will take ganaha. Again, you have to do the uran raparaha. Sarp, sarpa, sa, sarpa. So we'll get sa, sarp plus a. Sa, sarp, a. So what we did was we used in the abhyasa bhaga, we used haladi shesha to remove that repa there. Then we did the puganta laghupatasya ja. Gunadesha, uran raparaha again, 1151, and that's how we got sasarpa. So try to practice these rules. At least you can confirm the abhyasa karyam, which itself will give you a good base to try to guess what the dhatu might be. So if the dhatu is srup, then the abhyasa is sa. That you should know. If the dhatu is srup, abhyasa will be sa. That's how you confirm the abhyasa. Confirm better with sarpa. And in the Vyakhyanam, he has used a dhatu, sanchachara. Sanchachara means he moved about, sanchara. And the same thing there, dhatu is char. So char means abhyasa kayam, haladi sheshaha. In this case, you get the atopadhaya. The char becomes chara, sanchachara. So you maintain the same lakara, just give you a different dhatu combination, the same meaning. Means he moved about. So that is the first sentence, is that the one who was known as Subahu, the other demon, known as Subahu, he moved about here and there by means of that mystic power that he had. The first sentence. That's how one sentence is complete, because we got one thing on Tampatam. We got Visasarpa. The next sentence has the word Vyabhajat. Vyabhajat, dhatu bhaj, bhajati. The bhaj has a couple of main meanings. Bhaj, of course, to worship. Bhaj also means to divide. Is to divide. So Vyabhajat is lang lakara, vi abhajat. Vi abhajat. Also notice that the adagamaha will go immediately previous to the dhatu. Will go immediately previous to the dhatu. It will not go before the upasarga. Upasarga is patak padam. So vi abhajat. So you should learn to pick out that adagamaha, which is going to be between the dhatu, and the upasarga will be prior to that. So if you're looking for an adagamaha, it will not be before the V. It will be after the V, before the dhatu bhaj. So V abhajat. Because otherwise you will have a hard time. You recognize what lakara it might be. Once you know it's an adagama, then you can guess it's going to be lang lakaraha. V abhajat. Like abhavat, abhajat. Of course, dhatu is bhaj itself. I think it's first kana. So bhajati, V abhajat. So Vyabhajat means that he distributed or divided amongst. So Patrinam. So Patrinam Vyabhajat. So Patrinam means Patrinam is Pakshinam, it says. Patra. Patra is in means a leaf. It also means a wing. So Patrin is one who has a wing. So Patrinam. So for the birds, he distributed. Distributed what? Who is the Karta? Is the Kriti. So if let's just for the commentary now. So it says Ksharapraihi. No commentary by that, by the way. This word has come before for us. Kshurapra is a kind of weapon. It's a kind of weapon. I think it has like a razor on it. Kshura means a razor. So that dhatu is pra, I think, which to fill. Kshurapra is one, I think, which has a razor edged. So this is the kind of a weapon. Kshurapraihi shakali kritam. Now this form is a tadita form. It's a special form. Pratyaya, which is coming the Shvi Pratyaya. We'll probably do it next time. We're running out of time today. The Shakali Kritam form we'll do next time in detail. I'll give you in like Spashtikaranam, right? So so that which was not something, you make it now, is made that. So Ashakalam bhavati, like Shakli bhavati. So Shakala is like a piece or a small part, Shakala. So small pieces. So Shakali Kritam, which was made into pieces. One who was made into pieces. The Pratyaya actually is the Pratyaya Chvi. We'll see next time. I'll give you this. In fact, if you want to take some of this from homework, I would say take the Shastriji volume number 5, Taditas. In the back, he gives an index of all the Tadita Pratyayas that have been used. Look for the Pratyaya Chvi. Or you can also use the Abhyankar Dictionary of Sanskrit Grammar. In that, find the Pratyaya Chvi. In the Chvi, it is actually a zero Pratyaya. It's a zero because of the Chutu and the Upadesh Ajananasika It and Verapraktasya. The entire Chvi goes away. So that Chvi Pratyaya, and this Sutram is, I think, 5450-ish, which comes. See, Abhutatad Bhave, which was not there, is being made that now. Krubhu asti yoge. So this is one condition of this Chvi Pratyaya, by the way. Can only be used in connection with Kru, Bhu and us. So if you don't have Kru, Bhu or us in connection with that, you don't have the Chvi Pratyaya. Sampadya Kartari Chvi. So one who makes that happens. So Shakali Kritam, which was made into pieces. So this Subahu was made into pieces by Rama. So and that then you have to use Sutram Asya Chvau. When that Chvi Pratyaya has been added, which is going to be a zero because of Chutu, Upadesha Jananasika It, and Verapraktasya. When the Vakara of V remains Aprukta, remains behind single, that also takes Lopa, Verapraktasya. So I think that was in 6.1, Verapraktasya is coming in 6.1. So after all that, the Chvi becomes a zero. The Chvi becomes a zero. So that's the 6.167. And then Asya Chvau. When you have the Avarananta Pradipadikam and followed by Chvi, then that takes the Ikara Adesha Alontyasya. That ending A becomes E. That's also a way to, like Bhasmi Kritam, so we made it into Bhasma. So that is one way of recognizing. So to recognize Chvi Pratyaya, we have to have either Kru, Bhu, Us in connection with that. Second thing is that it should be something which was not that is made that. Like, like Shuklam Shukli Kritam, Shukli Kritaham Saha. So the swans have been made white by the Lord, So Shukli Kritam. Now, Spashti Kritam means made clear, which was not clear has been made clear. The second condition. And then if you see this E in between there, the Avarna becomes this long E. The Sutram is Asya Chvau. And that number is 7432. We'll do it, I think, getting a little bit late today. We'll do it in more detail next time. If you want to do some practice for homework, take this for homework and try to apply these rules. Try to apply that 5450 which we saw. Then after that, remove the entire chi pratyaya by applying chutu, upadeshajana nasika it, and virapuktasya, entire thing will go. And then after that use asya chvav and make it become shukli. Then of course shukli kru, shukli kru. The shukli kru can be used in any way. Shukli karoti, shukli kratam, shukli karyam. It can be used in any way that you want. So here we have shakali. I'm saying shakali. You have shakala is a piece. So he says khandi kratam. So the only commentary he gives is khandi kratam. So khandam and shakalam is similar meaning, which was made into pieces. So shattered to pieces. Tam equals subahum. See how beautifully he gives. There's a pronoun called tam. It is, of course, in the prior half we had the word subahu over here. So tam equals subahum. Now kriti, kritin pratipadikam. Kritin, again the same sutram saucha, which we saw earlier today. Saucha, dirgha. So kritin pratipadikam. He says kushalaha, ramaha. So kriti is qualifying ramaha. It means kushalaha. And he says, he quotes Amar Kosha saying that kriti cha kushalaha samau. So kriti means that he is one who is skilled. There's a footnote here. Let's see what the footnote says. Footnote number 1, it says, okay, this is a commentary given here. Yadina hanyeta. So if this subahu were not to be killed, yadina hanyeta subahu. This is one of the commentary, by the way. Tarhi yoga upadravaha. Yogopadravaha. There would be a obstacle in the yajna. Yadina hanyeta. Tarhi yogopadravaha. The yajna would be spoiled. There will be a vyavadharam. There will be disturbance of the yajna. Yadi khandyeta. If he were to make it into pieces, pakshinam bhoktum asau karyam, asau kumaryam. So he would not be fit to be eaten by the birds. Yadi na vibhajyeta. I think yadi na khandyeta. I think there's a typo here. I think yadi na khandyeta. There's a typo in this book. If you were not made into pieces, then it would not be easy. It would not be nice and soft to be eaten. Sukumaraha. Sukumara is like tender and soft. So pakshinam bhoktum asaukumaryam. Athva asaukaryam, you can say also. He would not be easy to be eaten by the birds. So the bird would not be even eaten easily. And yadina vibhajyeta. If we didn't distribute it outside, then yagiva dravyadina muchishtam tasmad iti etat kaushalyam kriti shabdena dotyate. So he says yadina vibhajyeta yagiva dravyadina muchishtam. So it would have been uchishtam, dravyadina muchishtam. So this thing, if we can do it more detail next time. But this is how they explain the word kriti. So how was the kaushalyam of Ramaha? So
Satishji?
Yes.
That yadi na kandyet seems to be that's a typo there because Devda puts na there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Let's look at the one from his comment. This is more clear over there. He says yadina hanyeta mayitvat anyatrapi prasaret. So because if he were not to be killed, he would go elsewhere and cause trouble. Yadina khandyeta pakshinam asaukaryam syat. So it would have been difficult for the eat by the birds. Yadi ashramat bahina vibhajyeta. If you're not to be thrown outside the ashram, yajniya dravyanam dushtata syat. There will be all the yajniya dravyanam, all the items used in the yajna would have been spoiled. It would have been spoiled if you didn't throw it outside the ashram. If you're in the ashram, they would have spoiled the yajna, all the instruments and all these in the yajna. Iti etat chaturyam kritipadena suchyate. So this is what is by the word kriti. So why was he so skilled? Because he had to kill him, he had to put him into pieces, and he had to throw him outside, distribute outside. This is what it says. Oh, it says dravyadinam uchishtam tasmad. So there would be a spoiling of the things which are items which are used in the yajna. So that was what he's saying. I think our time is kind of up. So maybe we can stop here for today. So next time what we'll do, we'll finish this shloka. How we'll do this? We'll do this one. Finish shloka. In fact, let's just finish the last line and we'll come back into this. So ashramat bahi is outside the ashram. Patrinam is pakshinam. I think we went through it. Patrin. We'll do it next time in detail. Patrinau shara pakshinau ityamaraha. So patrin is either a bird or it also could be a arrow because it has those small, kind of leaves or and at the end of the arrow it has those the design with the feathers. So that with the feathers, and so that can be, so patri can be a sharam, a sharaha, it can be a pakshi also. In this case it's a pakshi. And vyavajat is vyavajya dattavan, is having apportioned it, he gave it to the birds. So let's stop here today, and next time if you can do the English on your own of this one, and if you want to do the Vyakaranam for this Shakali Kritam, you can do it on your own by starting with 450, Asya Cho, etc. And we'll take it from there. Okay. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bhiyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Shittale Sada Bhautame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranamadattalyam Ramanama Varanane Sri Ramanama Varanana Unnameti. Manoj, we are okay?
Yes, Satish ji, we are okay.
Okay. Okay then. Hari Om, Shubharatri.